Revenge films.
Back in college, I started dating a girl called Kuzuko. She went to the same college I did, and at the time, she was famous for being very pretty. So to be honest with you, I was pretty proud of the fact that I was her boyfriend. We went on many dates when we were together. But one day, Kuzuko told me that she wanted to come and visit my place.
Your parents own a hot springs hotel, right? I've always wanted to go. So is it all right if I visit your place sometime next week?
I mean, you can, but I don't think you'll find it very interesting.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true. And even if I don't find it interesting, it'll still be a good experience. I'd love to go.
At the time, I didn't know why she wanted to visit my parents' place so badly. But she insisted on coming, and I was madly in love with her, so I decided to invite her to the inn that they owned. And so the following week, Kuzuko came to my house in a very good mood. But as soon as she came inside, she asked me where my parents' hotel was. The hotel was right in front of our house. You could see it out the window, so I pointed it out to Kuzuko. But that's when her attitude shifted completely.
Wait, what? This is the hotel you were talking about? That place looks like an old shack. You've got to be kidding me.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is our hotel, but...
God, this is so disappointing. I thought you were talking about a bigger, more luxurious hotel. I can't believe you guys actually call this place a hotel. Ugh, I guess I have to break up with you now then. You don't deserve me anymore. The only reason I was going out with you was because I knew that your family owned a hotel, but if this is the hotel that you guys own, then there's no point anymore.
Wait, you're joking, right? Hold on. How is that any fair? You can't do this to me.
Oh, yes, I can. You basically lied to me and betrayed my trust, and I cannot go out with a man who would do something like that to me. And you're also poor, so goodbye.
Those were the last words Kuzuko said to me before she left my house. And so that's how my relationship with Kuzuko ended. But my nightmare, on the other hand, didn't end there. The next day, when I made my way into the classroom for one of my classes, I noticed that people were staring and laughing at me.
Hey, Kuzuko told me that she visited Ryota's house yesterday, and apparently, the hotel that his parents own looks like an old, rusty shack.
Everyone on campus was talking about me and my parents' hotel. And that's when I found out that Kuzuko told everyone and their mothers about what had happened yesterday. I became the laughingstock of the entire university, and I couldn't handle studying in an environment like that for long. That's why I decided to take some time off from college and wait for the rumors to go away. My parents were worried about me, but I couldn't tell them why I was taking a leave of absence from school. Sure, my parents' hotel might look a bit old and rusty from the outside, but it's still a great inn. It's a place that my grandparents started, and we're all very proud of it. So I didn't want to tell my parents about the fact that everyone in my university was making fun of me and the hotel that they owned. But I still didn't have the courage to go to school, so I locked myself up in my room all day and avoided coming in contact with the outside world. But that's when my childhood friend Saori came to visit me. She and I have known each other since we were little kids, and we've been living in the same neighborhood for years. When she came into my room, she told me that I should start going to college again.
Your parents are very worried about you. What's going on?
And so that's when I told her about how Kuzuko had made fun of my parents' hotel and how she dumped me because she thought it looked like an old rusty shack. But that's when Saori replied with this.
I love your parents' hotel. I think it's a great place. But if you really don't want to go to school, then you can transfer into my university. It's a good place, and the professors there are great too. You're a smart kid, and I'm sure your parents would prefer that as well.
Saori and I went to different universities, but she told me that I should transfer over to her school instead of locking myself up in my room all day. And after giving that idea some thought, I decided to take her up on that offer. And so I transferred into her university, and a new chapter of my life began. Her university was full of great people, and because Saori was such a nice person, she was surrounded by amazing people as well. And so I was able to graduate college successfully, and a few years quickly went by after that. One day I got an RSVP letter for a college reunion in the mail. It was for the first university that I attended, and although I had a lot of unpleasant memories there, I still had close friends that I met at that school. I wanted to see some of them, so I decided to man up and attend the reunion. And at the reunion, I met up with a few of my friends who still respected me and cared about me. We were having a great time drinking and talking together when one of them brought up Kazuko. Apparently she's supposed to be coming today, but it looks like she's not here yet. My friend told me that after graduating from college, she left the state and moved to the city for her job. I didn't really care about what she was up to, but that's when Kazuko came into the party venue. She immediately noticed that I was here and came walking up to me.
Hey, long time no see. How have you been?
Decent.
I arrived last night, and I've been exploring the town for old time's sake. But I noticed your parents' hotel went out of business. There's nothing there anymore. I mean, it was a pretty old hotel, so no wonder why it went under. Who would want to stay there anyway?
Kazuko hasn't changed one bit. She started to make fun of me again, just like she did many years ago in college.
The hotel I'm staying at right now is amazing. It's very luxurious, and it's nothing like your parents' place.
She pulled out her phone and showed me a few photos of her room. She started bragging to me about how rich she was and assumed that I was probably jealous of her right now. But that's my hotel.
What are you talking about? You're telling lies now.
But that's when some of my friends told Kazuko that I was telling her the truth. They explained what I meant to her, and the story goes like this. After I transferred schools, I decided to study about business management to help my parents run their hotel better. And thanks to the lessons I learned there, I was able to turn the trajectory of my parents' business upside down. That's why a few years ago we bought a big plot of land and built a new hotel there. We got rid of the old building and we're planning on building an exclusive parking lot there for all of our guests.
Wait, you're joking, right? But I heard that a lot of celebrities come to this town just to stay in that hotel. Are you really the owner of that place?
She was still in disbelief, so I handed her my business card. And when she was finished reading the words written on it, her jaw dropped in awe. Then her attitude completely shifted, and she said this to me.
Well, you should have told me that earlier. I think you're finally worthy now. We can start over if you like, you know. And work hasn't been going very well for me recently, so I was thinking about moving back here soon. That means I can stay by your side from now on. How does that sound, honey? And if you'd like, you can come over to my room later.
Can you guys believe this woman? I scoffed at her and said this to her. What are you talking about? I'm married already.
What? You're married?
Yep, I married a girl called Saori. Saori had been sitting next to me this entire time, but I guess Kazuko never noticed her. So I introduced Saori, who is now my wife, to her.
Hello. It's nice to finally meet you, ma'am.
Kazuko seemed like she didn't know what to say, but eventually she whispered,
Hello.
and scratched her face in disbelief. The reason I was able to turn my parents' business around was because I had Saori's support. She was always there for me by my side and did everything she could to help me grow my parents' hotel into what it is today. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her, and so I proposed to her a couple of years ago and we hosted a huge wedding together. I obviously didn't invite Kazuko though, because screw her. It said that I could bring a guest to the reunion party on the RSVP letter, so I decided to bring her along today. I wanted all of my friends to meet her, so But that's when Kazuko's face turned red. It was clear that she was feeling embarrassed. Wait, you didn't bring anyone with you? Did you come here alone?
Shut up! I obviously have a boyfriend, you idiot. He just couldn't come because he's super busy, unlike you.
And after she said that, Kazuko left the party in a fit of rage. I was finally able to get my revenge on Kazuko, who made my life in college miserable all those years ago. Ah, that feels good. Afterwards, one of my friends told me that Kazuko has been making a living off of stealing her company's products and selling them online. Her boss found out about that, though, and that's why she ended up getting fired. She was engaged with someone, but after he found out about her little side gig, he called off the marriage. Now she's being asked to compensate him for all the trouble that she caused him. That's why she thought that she would be able to turn her life around by getting back together with me. She must have been ecstatic when she found out that I'd become a successful entrepreneur. She thought she found a way out of poverty. But her plan was doomed to fail from the start since I was already married to Saori. But I can't believe she thought I would get back together with her after everything she's done to me. She ruined my life back in college, for crying out loud. Even if I wasn't married to Saori, I would never even consider getting back together with her. And after finding out that I was now an owner of a successful hotel, everyone that made fun of me back in college tried to make amends for their past behavior. But I ignored them all. And so I spent the rest of the night talking with my wife and a few of my close friends. All in all, it was a great night, but a few days after that, Kazuko texted me out of nowhere. I have no idea where she got my number, but she sent this message to me.
How do you really feel about me? I know that you still love me, honey. You couldn't be honest with yourself because your wife was there the other night, right?
But immediately upon reading that message, I blocked her number. I was devastated when Kazuko dumped me, but thanks to that, I was able to start dating Saori. I guess I owe some of my current success to her. That's a bit ironic, but I guess that's just how life is sometimes. But now, she's gonna be the laughing stock of our grade, and I hope she goes through the same pain that she put me through back in college.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.